Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Adventures in Random Awesomeness.
Recipe, baby! Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. What time is it? It's random review time! As you know, every other month I'm putting together a random week of items just to riff on. No rhyme, little reason, just riff. All in the name of celebrating our 10th anniversary, which will be at the end of next month. This is round 3 of Adventures in Random Awesomeness. It's essential to live a healthy lifestyle, especially now that we're heading towards summer, where your efforts will surely show for it at the beach or high school reunion, whatever. Diet and exercise are important. However, depending on your own diet and or exercise regime, the two can often clash rather than work together. For example, one day you find yourself eating a bland, flavorless poached chicken or fish recipe, and then you're expected to burn out what little fatty calories that contains. That just means that the next day, you're gonna go all Joey Tribbiani on that extra large double pepperoni and sausage pizza, and you know who I'm talking about. That just means you'll have to put in 3 times as much effort to burn out all of that fat and all of those calories. And then it repeats itself. You eat something bland the following day, and then you gotta put in twice as much effort to burn out what little fatty calories that recipe has, and to work all that monotony out of your memory. It's a destructive cycle, it's not very fun, and I get just testy thinking about it. If you know me, when it comes to food, when I get testy, I get the test kitchen. America's test kitchen. They may hold the key to breaking the cycle. It's all in the rhyme. Nutritious, delicious. Turbocharge your favorite recipes with 50 everyday superfoods spanning fruits, vegetables of course, legumes, grains, and lean proteins, which yes, include fish. This was purchased from the Barnes & Noble at the Clifton Commons from their book edits. They originally priced it at $10, as you can see here by this red sticker, but then they cut the price in half to $5, labeling it cheap. That's the final price. The recipes are divided into the usual suspects of recipe categories for any cookbook: breakfast, lunch, main dishes, vegetables and sides, snacks, and the ever important dessert. If you don't have something sweet to end your day of dieting, what's the point? There are plenty of recipes to highlight in here and not a lot of time to do so let's get started with steel-cut oatmeal with carrots and cherries in the breakfast section, serving 4. Every recipe not only comes with a photograph, but also gives brief nutritional stats per serving, plus what vitamins and minerals and nutrients that these recipes contain excellent sources of. For the record, for any ingredient to be an excellent source of anything, that means that one serving has to have 20% or more of the daily value of that vitamin for adults and children over 4 years of age, according to the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. Here we have avocado and bean toast with quick, sweet, and spicy pickled red onions. This recipe serves 4. Next up, MLTs. Mushroom, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches. Mushrooms with smoked paprika to somewhat mirror the smokiness of bacon, because in this cookbook there is no bacon, no butter, and no cream. This will serve 4. Next, pesto farro salad with cherry tomatoes and artichokes. Yes, pasta salads are lovely, but what about grain salads? If they're not brightly flavored, what's the point? And pesto is always brightly flavored, especially when it comes to summer. Pesto and summertime are made for each other, like Joey and Phoebe. That's in some minds anyway. This serves 6. Next, salmon tacos with super slaw. This too serves 6. Fish tacos are a SoCal staple, but when made with this super slaw, you can hype up the nutritional value and have it work across the country. Not that it hasn't already. Since I referenced bland poached chicken, how about we highlight a poached chicken recipe that is oh so unbland? Packed with flavor by way of a warm tomato ginger vinaigrette, this recipe will serve 4. I should also mention that every recipe comes with their signature why this recipe works summary here, which describes, in summarization, the techniques they tried and how they paired all the ingredients together to make them work differently, to have the final product come out tasting as good as it did in the test kitchen, and potentially tasting as good as can be in your own kitchen. Next up, turkey cutlets with barley and Swiss chard, again serving 4. Turkey, as we know, isn't just relegated to Thanksgiving. It's a lean protein in itself. It's to have a starring role every so often. Or how about this? Just prime for the summer. Grilled flank steak with tomato, orange, and avocado. This will serve 6. Next, vegetable lasagna. This will serve a dozen. That's enough to feed 3 families. And this goes way beyond the usual zucchini noodles. You could use whole wheat lasagna noodles in here, plus cremini mushrooms and baby spinach and eggplant. They really do load on the veggies. I don't know if they're fond of using thick, wide strips of zucchini in place of lasagna noodles, but that could be fun too. But nope, you won't be denied your pasta in here, that's for sure. All pasta, by the way, is whole wheat in this cookbook to amp up the nutritional factor. We have slow-cooked whole carrots with pine nut relish, which will serve 6. We have roasted spiralized sweet potatoes with walnuts and feta, which will serve 4. And since it's impossible to spiralize vegetables using a knife, they recommend the Paderno World Cuisine Tri-Blade Plastic Spiral Vegetable Slicer. You will find specific equipment recommendations at the beginning of the book for healthy veg prep. Next up, super guac, guacamole, making about 2 cups. Avocados are a natural superfood, but when fortified with the addition of pomegranates and scallions and pepitas, you can make them even more super and super delicious. Next, we have the ultimate nachos. These are veggie-based nachos utilizing whole grain tortilla chips, Swiss chard, poblano chilies, 2% organic plain Greek yogurt, and the like. So yes, nachos can be healthy. Finally, we have here skillet roasted apples with dried figs, walnuts, and maple yogurt serving 8. I do believe that this could be a nice healthy alternative to a birthday dessert in lieu of birthday cake. At least that's what the photograph is giving me in terms of its vibes. It just screams alternative birthday dessert. The beginning of the cookbook outlines 50 superfoods in all the categories I outlined at the beginning of this video, explaining their health and nutritional benefits, all the vitamins and minerals they contain, as well as their flavor profiles and textures. What kind of benefits do they add beyond nutrition to each recipe? That goes the same for what you might stock up in your pantry, such as essential healthy spices and healthy fats, like cold-pressed olive oil. This was originally priced at $29.99 retail, proving my healthiest ever tasted so delicious. Once again, ATK steps up to the plate. I'm awarding this the match, because all this, by the way, is backed up by registered dietitians who worked in concert with ATK to make sure that every recipe not only tastes good, but meets nutritional standards. Nutritiousness and deliciousness can coexist together. And while there are plenty of other outlets to help them coexist together, I trust ATK the most because they speak the delicious truth the most. So next time, you can tell whoever's offering the special of the day at some lousy health spa or your own personal dietitian to literally eat it. Let them stew in their own pizzas and half. Thanks for watching. Here's what's on tap for Tuesday. This summer, prick up your bunny ears because we're going to the hop. The bunny hop. And no, you can't lick the bunnies.
Hello guys, it's Steven. I'm gonna be famous.
Welcome to another episode of David's Delicious Delicacies. For this one, I'm going to make you a simple and easy snack. My famous oatmeal. Very simple ingredients, quick and easy. Just now we go. Like, subscribe, and good day. Yeah, but that's delicious.
Thanks for watching. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. And I'll see you next time on the Thrift side.